If you're a teen with no income today, waiting to be old enough for a real job could be the reason you stay broke longer. Some teens are getting paid before they even have a CV, experience, or anyone taking them seriously. What income path are they using that most teenagers do not even know exist? If you are new here, I'm Ekow, ex-investment banker turned property investor. I break down real money systems that help you earn, keep, and grow your money, especially through property. Broke teens are posting after school every day, but the page with no face can sometimes earn attention faster than the teen trying to be famous. That sounds backwards, right? Because one teen is dancing, stressing, talking, editing their face for approval, whilst another teen is quietly building a page that nobody knows even belongs to them. And that silent page can move while the loudest person in the room is still begging for views. And that hurts, because it breaks the rule most teens were taught about attention. You expect money to come from personality, yet a silent TikTok page can grow while real creators get ignored. No face, no big story, no please follow me energy. Just a page that keeps showing people something they already stopped for. That is the uncomfortable part, because the person working the hardest can still lose to the page that understands attention. One teen reposts football clips for 30 days, hits 50,000 views, and start getting small promo requests before ever showing their face. Not millions, not celebrating money, just enough attention for someone to say, can you post my boot sale, my training session, my local tournament? And suddenly, the quiet page is getting messages the loud creators never got. The teen did not become famous. The page started attracting the kind of attention the teen was trying to chase. That is why this feels bigger than posting. The page is quietly moving before the teen's name is even known. Most teens fail because they try to become visible. But the next shift shows why attention can be sold before trust is even earned. Because once you see that, the whole idea of I need to be popular first starts to feel shaky. And the next hustle makes it even stranger because it looks like wasting time. But inside that wasted time, there is a small piece that someone else wants to remove. The attention problem gets stranger when a teen can get paid for the part of gaming everyone else is desperate to avoid. Not the flashy part, not the winning celebration, the boring grind that people complain about while still wanting the results. It is the part people skip in their head but cannot skip in the game. It looks like gaming is a waste of time. Yet the boring part of the game can be the part someone pays to skip. That is where it starts feeling uncomfortable, because the same activity parents call too much screen time can hide in a tiny page shortcut when someone else wants progress without a grind. To one person, it is a game. To another person, it is hours they do not want to lose. That difference is small on screen, but massive when someone wants the results now. A gamer spends 1 week leveling an account from beginner rank to a stronger profile and charges 150 rand for the save time. 150 rand is not life-changing money, but for a teen, that is airtime, transport, lunch, or the sign that something dismissed can still make money. And the buyer is not reacting to the fun part. They are reacting to the part they do not want to sit through. The screen still looks like play, but the payment makes the whole thing look different. And once the money touches the screen, the just gaming label starts to wobble. Most teens miss it because they see playtime. But the next layer is why saved effort can become a paid shortcut. And once that kind of shortcut gets paid, the next hustle is almost too small to matter. It's not gaming. It's not content. It's something sitting inside the school bag. And because it looks so ordinary, that is exactly why people walk past it. The gaming shortcut even gets stranger when the next paid hustle looks too basic to charge for it at all. Because when something feels easy in your hands, you assume nobody will ever pay for it. But easy at the wrong time starts feeling very different. That gap is where the normal tasks start feeling different. Typing homework sounds like something anyone can do. Yet messy notes becomes urgent when class is already hours away. And urgency changes the mood completely. At 3 p.m., it is, I will do it later. At 8 p.m., it becomes panic, screenshots, voice notes, and please, can you help me quickly? The task did not become harder. The time around the task became tighter. A learner sends handwritten notes at 8 p.m. and another teen turns it into a clean typed document before class for 40 rand. 40 rand sounds small until you realize it came from a laptop, a phone, and one urgent problem. No office, no fancy skill. Just clean work delivered before someone gets embarrassed in front of the class. If this is making sense, hit subscribe. I break down practical money ideas like this every week. The small payment is not exciting because of the typing. It is exciting because the moment suddenly felt bigger than the task. Most teens miss this because they see typing. But the next layer is where agency can make a simple task feel worth paying for. And once agency enters the picture, simple work stops looking simple. But the next example breaks the pattern again, because nobody is paying you to do work at all. They are paying because you notice something before the rest of the room did. The simple task pattern breaks when a teen makes money from sneakers without creating, fixing, or doing anything for anyone. Not typing, not grinding, not editing videos. Just spotting something before everyone realizes it is underpriced. And that feels almost unfair because the money is not attached to effort in the usual way. One person sees sneakers as shoes, while the other sees a price gap opening for a few hours. Same pair, same shop, same school break. But one teen walks past it, while another feels the clock is ticking. Sneaker has not changed, but the situation around it has changed. And for a few hours, the situation starts feeling bigger than the shoe itself. A teen spots a discounted pair at lunch, reserves it fast, and resells it after school for 250 Rand profit when demand jumps. That 250 Rand was not hiding inside the sneaker. It was hiding in the short moment before everyone else noticed the same pair. But if you arrive late, that gap disappears like it was never there. The person who hesitates sees only a normal shoe. The person who moves fast sees a short window. If you want the property version of spotting gaps like this, I break it down on Property Ask Ekow. Link is in the comments. Most people get filtered out because they arrive after the gap closes. But the next layer is why timing can beat effort. Because effort after the moment is gone feels like running after a taxi that already left. And the next hustle shows timing again, but inside something digital and messy. No shops, no sneakers, just chaos that someone wants clean up quickly. The sneaker timing trick gets more confusing when a teen can earn 300 Rand from a Discord server before the owner loses control of the whole group. Not because the setup is hard, because the mess is public. Every confused member, wrong channel, and missing rule make the owner look like they are not in control. And that kind of disorder feels expensive before anyone admits it. Setting up channels looks simpler than grinding games or reselling sneakers. Yet a messy online group can make the owner look careless in front of everyone. Messages everywhere, rules unclear, members confused. The owner is not thinking, I need decoration. They are thinking, people are watching this fall apart. And once that mess becomes visible, others stop feeling optional. A teen organizes one Discord server in 45 minutes with roles, rules, and channels. Then gets 300 Rand because the owner wants order fast. That is the visible result. 45 minutes, cleaner structure, fewer complaints, and a group that finally feels manageable. The work looks light, but the before and after make the room feel different. The owner is not clapping for effort, they are reacting to the mess disappearing. Most teens miss this because they see easy setup work. But the next layer is why public disorder can become more painful than hard effort. Because once people can see the mess, the owner is not just fixing a server anymore. They are trying to regain control before the group loses confidence. None of these teen hustles pay for the same kind of work, but they all seem to reward the teen who get picked before the work even starts. That is the part most people miss. They keep arguing about which hustle is best, while the real filter is happening earlier than they think. Different surface, same invisible set. One feels like content, one feels like play, one feels like schoolwork, and one feels like shopping. Yet none of them pays for what it appears to be. That is why it feels confusing. A TikTok page does not look like a business. A game does not look like service. A sneaker does not look like timing. A Discord setup does not look like anything worth 300 Rand until the mess becomes painful. The phone, the game, the homework, the sneakers, and the surfer all look unrelated until you watch who get picked and who get ignored. The loud teen posts but the quiet page gets the message. The casual gamer plays but the grinder gets paid. The learner has notes but the clean document gets chosen. The sneaker sits on the shelf but the fast mover gets profits. One team sees Discord but the organizer gets picked before the group falls apart. Same world, different filter. And most teens never realize they were rejected before the work even started. Most teens fail because they are chasing the next hustle. But the next shift is finding the one condition that makes someone pick you first. Because without that condition, even a good idea sit there doing nothing. And the next example makes the pressure feel personal because now someone else's risk is involved. This is where I can do it is not enough anymore. The question becomes whether the other person feels safe enough to choose you. The deciding factor becomes trust under pressure, especially when a parent needs help on a Saturday and cannot gamble with the wrong person. Now the stakes change. It is not a game, a page, or a pair of sneakers. This is someone's child, someone's evening, and someone's peace of mind. So the decision becomes heavier before the money even appears. It is not just age, skill, or how badly you need money. Because the safest option wins when the risk feels personal. A parent is not choosing the cheapest teen. They are choosing the teen who makes them feel they can leave the house without checking their phone every 2 minutes. That changes who gets paid. Need alone does not make you the obvious choice. A teen who arrives on time, sends updates, and handles one evening calmly can earn 250 rand while others never get called back. Same neighborhood, same Saturday, same chance to make money. But one team becomes the safe option and everyone else stays invisible before price is even discussed. And suddenly, one team feels safer before the money is even mentioned. Most teams get filtered out before the job even starts. So the urgent question is, what makes someone choose you before they even pay? The first decision happens in someone's head before they message you back. And the final hustle shows that same decision happening even faster in one split second. No long conversation, just a click or a scroll. Because on YouTube, that choice happens before a creator gets even 1 second to prove themselves. A thumbnail does not get paid for looking good. It gets paid for helping the creator win the click before the video is even watched. That is the mechanism finally showing itself. The creator is not buying art. They are buying a better chance to be chosen before the viewer knows anything else. In that moment, the thumbnail is doing the selling before the creator can speak. Most things sell colors, fonts, and design. But creators are really paying to stop their video from being ignored. That is the difference. A pretty thumbnail can still be invisible. But a thumbnail that creates pressure, curiosity, or contrast can make someone pause before scrolling away. So the design is not just decoration. It has to create the pause. Once you understand that, you stop selling decorations and start selling a better first decision. One stronger thumbnail delivered tonight can turn tomorrow's upload from invisible to clickable, while a weak one gets skipped before the first second. But with thumbnails, the battle is brutal because the creator does not even get to speak first. The viewer decides from one image, one emotion, one split second pause. So when your redesign makes that video harder to ignore, the value is visible before the pitch. Find one creator with a weak thumbnail and send them one redesigned version that makes that video harder to scroll past. Do not start by asking for money. Start by showing the before and after so that the result is visible before the pitch. If you want to actually start building this through property and real money systems, WhatsApp Teach Me to the number on the screen and I'll send you the breakdown. Be a legacy builder.